Hello students, today we will talk about the design of a standalone PV system. In today's discussion, we will see the designing and sizing of PV system based on load and the available components. So for discussion, let us have a standalone PV system which has PV array that is connected to the charge controller, and from charge controller battery is connected and after that inverter is there, and output of the inverter is given to the load directly for AC load. We can get DC load from here. So this is the required load to connect to the PV system, and for this particular load we have to design the components, how much the panel boards are required, how much battery and connections are required, and what will be the rating of the inverter. We will go one by one for all. So let us start from the PV array. Based on the load, the PV array, the number of the panel boards depend on the load demand. Second thing that decide the number according to the load requirement is the equivalent sun hour. For that particular location, how much time the sun shines in a day. And we can consider the additional thing, that is we can account the losses. If the load connected to the system, part of it is AC and part of it is DC, and assume there is 300 watt hour energy required for AC and 300 watt hour for DC load. And with this load, the system requirement is that it can operate for 2 days without the solar power. So days of autonomy is 2. So this is the factor that decides the battery, and this load decides the number of panels. And for this system, we have to assume the losses. Consider the inverter stage has efficiency 90%, 10% loss is there, and this full system has efficiency 85%, 15% loss is there. If we have this setup, then in that case, what will be the total power required at the output of the PV array? So from here, accounting the losses, the first thing that is required to know the total power required at output of PV array. The energy at this stage should be 300 plus 300 divided by 0.9. So that should be 300 watt hour plus 300 watt hour divided by the efficiency of this, that is 0.9. So this will be the energy available at this point, and if we will divide from the efficiency of this system, then it will be energy available at this point. So that will be the energy required to be at the output of the PV array. If we will calculate this, then it is approximately 745 watt hour. This is the photo generated energy at the output of the PV array. Now, equivalent sun hour is important to know for that particular location where the system is being designed. So for Aligarh, for example, we can consider the equivalent, considering different conditions, the equivalent sun hour can be considered as, for example, you can say 6.5 or 6 hour per day. Equivalent sun hour for any particular location. For example, it is for somewhere it is 6 hour per day, not for Aligarh, because this is not the exact sun hour for Aligarh. So consider for any particular location it is 6 hour per day. Now from these two data we have load requirement, we have accounted the losses, and we have equivalent sun hour per day. So all these parameters are here now. On the basis of that, we will define the panel boards in PV array. So for that purpose, let us design PV array now. Okay, so for example, the panel board that we are going to utilize in this array system has power output. The rating of that is written as power output 100 watt, and V maximum, that is related to MPPT, maximum power point. VM is 16 volt, and IM we can have from the rating of the panel, that is 6.25 ampere, that is mentioned there, and the open circuit and short circuit currents are mentioned as 20 and 7 volt and ampere for the panel board. And if we have these specifications for the panel, now assume the panels are operating at maximum power point. So the number of panels are required as follows: number of panels required as, we can say, the PV power required, is, can be 745 from here watt hour divided by per day what is the time of duration for which the sun is shining, that is 6 hours in a day. So from here we have 1, 2, 4 point something, 125 watt. This is the power requirement, and number of panels can be the power required divided by rating of one panel. so it is 1.25, but that is more than it. If we will consider the next integer value, then it will be 2. So to fulfill the load requirement, we should require 2 panel boards for the required load. And from here, the number of panel boards are 2, number of panels, it is decided that there are 2 panels. And now the next important thing is that either they are connected in series or shunt. And after knowing the number of panels, it is important to know their connection. So to know the connections, charge controller can help. So the charge controller specifications are controller specifications will be mentioned, and that may be maximum volt for which it can be operated. Volt can be 60. Maximum voltage rating for the charge controller is 60, and the current rating is, for example, it is given 10 ampere, and the operating voltage is given as 24 volt, and it is operating at maximum power point, and it is mentioned that it is operating at maximum power point. Yes, it is operating at that. And if we know this, then we can decide from here either the panels are connected in series or parallel. So first thing, let us consider that they are connected in parallel. So if parallel connections are considered, then 2 panels, if they are connected in parallel, then the rating of it is the rating for one is 7, I short circuit is 7 ampere. So the rating of the here it should be 14 ampere. Okay, but the charge controller can operate up to 10 ampere. So this connection is not possible. So in this way we can decide that parallel connection is not favorable. So we will go for series connection. For series connection, as there are 2 panels and one panel is operating at one panel's voltage is 20, and if you connect these 2 in series, then the output of these 2 will give us 40. For series, the output will be 40, and 40 is within the operational range. So it means the operation in series is safe. So we will go for series connection of these 2 panels. Finally, we came to know that these 2 panels that we have are connected in series. It is okay. Now the charge controller is given here. Now next thing is the battery specification. So next thing that we can have battery specification. Okay, so for the battery the important term is DOD, that is given as 60%. Up to that we can operate, and the battery voltage is 12 volt, and the battery capacity is 21 ampere hour. If it is given, then the minimum battery capacity can be calculated by the formula. The total energy required divided by depth of discharge multiplied with operating voltage of the system, and multiplied with the days of autonomy for which you want to run your system without sunshine. So for days of autonomy, so put the values from the specifications here. Total energy demand is how much it was, as I can remember, it is 745 watt hour. This was the energy. DOD is 60%, operating voltage is 24, and the days of autonomy, that is 2 days. When we will simplify, we will get it is around 103.5 ampere hour. Now after finding the minimum battery capacity, that is 103.5 ampere hour, it is important to know the total number of batteries and their connection, either it is in series or parallel. So for that purpose, let us try to find the batteries in series. If we want to know their number, then the one battery has 12 volt, however the operating voltage is 24 volt. So to get 24 volt, two batteries are connected in series. So from here we can say 24 divided by 12, that is 2 batteries are required, and that is required to connect in series. And the second thing, the number of batteries to connect in parallel. To get this much ampere hour, one battery capacity is 21 ampere hour. To get this much capacity, we require to connect the parallel connection of the battery to add up the ampere hour capacity. So to reach up to that point, the batteries in parallel can be calculated by the total ampere hour capacity divided by the capacity of 1 ampere hour. That is, from here it is around, okay, let us write here 5 batteries. So from here we can find that 5 batteries are required to connect in parallel, 2 batteries are required to connect in series. So from here total battery requirement is 10. After the battery, the next important component is the inverter, and the inverter specification, we already have calculated the power or energy required at the output of the panel board on the basis of the efficiency of the inverter. So from there the efficiency of the inverter is already defined. So efficiency should be 90%, that we have already decided, and the operating voltages, that was from the charge controller, it was operating voltage is 24 volt. On the basis of this load requirement, we have decided for any particular location, we have decided the number of the panels and their connections and the number of batteries and their connections either in series or parallel, or how much in series and parallel to reach to the requirement of the uh, system voltage and current rating. These all were about the design of a stand-alone PV system, and that is it for today. Thank you very much.